people are using it, but not a ton. It's using more than just your concealer to do this. If you're battling with a lot of blueness, the best way to do it is to use more than just your concealer. So let me go ahead and I'll get started and show you guys exactly what I'm doing to achieve this. Okay, so the first thing that I've gone ahead and done is I've already primed the under eye area. The primer that I've used to do this is the Urban Decay. It's actually an eyeshadow primer, the Anti-Aging. This one right here. I think I've mentioned this in some previous videos. And this primer, I have taken it all underneath of the eye. I've also put it all the way up into here. A lot of us, I don't know if you can see that, get really dark right in there. That's because there's a vein right there. So depending upon, you know, how fair your skin is and how thin the skin is underneath your eyes, which for most of us is very, very thin, those veins that are underneath there is going to cause you to see a lot of that blueness, especially that vein that goes right here in the inner part of the eye. So the trick to kind of concealing that blueness before you put on any of your concealer is putting on a correcting color. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I use for a corrector. It is the MAC Prep and Prime in Peach Luster. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about this is that this is going to come off looking very scary, but I would not, don't be scared of it. It is going to help counteract that blue color, because I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but this is a very orangey colored primer that we're going to put on, and once you blend it out and then you put concealer over top of it, it's going to wind up looking, everything's going to come out looking normal. You'll see. But so I'm going to start off by applying this underneath my eyes. So all you're going to do with this is it just clicks up from the bottom, comes out this top here, and I'm going to apply this right underneath my eye area. And I am applying this fairly liberally because I do have a tendency to get pretty dark underneath my eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do one eye. I'm going to go ahead and conceal one under eye, so that way you guys can see the difference between the concealed under eye and the non-concealed under eye. Okay, so as you can see, this stuff looks very intimidating. But once you see, after I put on my concealer over top of this, it's not going to look nearly as intimidating. You're actually going to get a better coverage. So I'm going to use a beauty blender, and I'm just going to kind of stipple this into place. Alright, now I've got that stippled into place. I'm going to go ahead and take my favorite concealer, which is the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. It looks like this. This is the full-size tube. It does come in a smaller one. I will forewarn you if any of you are interested in this. This is a very pricey little item right here, and I think it's worth the money. Personally, a full-size tube of this is going to wind up costing $42, I believe. And I got this from Ulta, but I feel like it gives me a really great coverage. So I'm just taking a brush to apply this, a small little concealer brush, because I can get very detailed with this brush and where I want to place my product, and just get this everywhere I want my concealer. Okay, so a little bit of this concealer goes a long way. You don't need a lot. That's another big benefit, which is a darn good thing when you're paying that much money for a concealer. If you want to, you guys don't have to use a brush to apply your concealer with. I just do it because I don't like trying to get, you know, the concealer on my finger and getting it all underneath my nails, so I use a brush. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender again, and I'm going to go ahead and pat this all into place as well. Alright, I have got my concealer all well blended in. So, let me go ahead and zoom in so that you guys can see the difference. Okay, here's my concealed eye. Here's the eye that is not concealed. Now, I'm sure you guys can probably notice this eye is way brighter than this one. I have concealed right up to the lash line. One thing I will tell you guys to do when you do conceal straight up to the lash line, make sure you set this with powder as quickly as you can so that you avoid creasing. So what I'm going to do is just do the other eye so you guys can see the finished product. Be right back. Alright everybody, so I've got both of my eyes all concealed. Just to go over again what we've talked about. So we use that peach colored, well basically orange colored corrector underneath our eyes that counteracts the blue. The whole theory behind that is that you are going to, in order to counteract something, you need to, whatever you're trying to hide, you need to go to the opposite side of the color wheel to cancel out that color. So what's opposite of blue? Well, it's a warm color, so we use orange. That's what counteracts and hides blue. So we went ahead and did that. Then we applied a high coverage concealer on top of that. And then to finish it off, you can either use a translucent powder to finish this, or you can go ahead and use something like, if you're darker toned skin, then I would say go in with a banana colored powder, like the Ben Nye banana powder, or you can go in, if you are my skin tone or fair, you can go in with the Ben Nye cameo powder and go ahead and set your makeup that way. That'll also give you, if you want to use one of those color powders, that can also help, you know, just to hide things a little bit further and also set the makeup underneath your eyes to help prevent any of that under eye creasing. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and leave those for me. I will list the products that I used, including prices of those products and where I found the products, for you in the description bar. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see some more of my videos, please subscribe. Thank you.